Okay, so now this is just ear cleaner. Remember, there's another step that we're going to get to, but let's just unbox this thing.
Simple, direct, to the point.
So we're unboxing this guy.
You know, as we've been pulling some of these things out of the boxes, I've been getting my first look at these. My initial impression is this one might work. This might be an at-home remedy that might actually help a little bit. That's first impression.
Okay. We've got microfiber cloths.
There's stuff.
Or is that a case? All right.
No.
So let's just unpack some of this
See
here.
what we got in this one.
So we've got
the manual.
There's the disc.
Ooh, a shield of some sort.
A blockade. We're not getting wet. We're not getting dirty. Okay. So here we go. We've got a lot of things here now. As we unpack some of this, let's remind ourselves what we're doing. It says relieve your impacted ear. So if you have a compaction, which I think some people know that they're compacted and other people don't. One obvious reason why you might think you're compacted is, I was hearing well yesterday, I woke up this morning, or whatever it may be, and I'm not hearing like I usually hear. And I feel full, I feel stuffy.
Sometimes it even hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I feel uncomfortable, right?
And another one that I see sometimes is people will come in and say, well, I went to my doctor, and he looked in there and said, oh, your ear's compacted with wax.
Yeah.
We don't have time to do it today, but we'll have to do something about it. So they've actually had a professional look in their ear and say, we know you're compacted.
And that's when you get curious. And you go online and you think, well, I like this ear cleaner. It's an electric ear cleaner with an irrigation system. It has 4 pressure levels. It's a safe wash. It has a check mark by Safe Wash. Hygienic use, water blocking plate. We saw the plate. I mean, it looks pretty nice. I mean, just looking at it, I think you're right. It looks pretty good. So we have the real thing here.
And it looks fun. I mean, it's like a little gun.
Well, it's a little gun. Yeah. Look
at this.
Yep.
I mean, that looks kind of fun.
Yep,
looks,
for sure.
Looks like something my children would like and enjoy, having fun with. It's got a little warning, do not wash. So apparently, don't try to clean it.
And don't ever use it
upside down.
Don't use it upside down. Exclamation mark.
With a space and then an exclamation point. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that. Okay.
So pretty easy. You fill it up.
Intuitive. We haven't looked at the instructions, but I've got an idea that this goes in here. I've got a feeling that this is going to be filled with water.
Yep. And, there we go. It's giving you,
please use warm water.
Let's talk about that for a minute. So some of the reviews that are, consistent with this kind of work and associated with these types of water irrigating type systems. Some of the reviews, undoubtedly, almost every time, it doesn't matter which one it is, they talk about cleaning their ear and then all of a sudden they start to experience dizziness or lightheadedness. Maybe even some of them say, I think I had vertigo because the room started to spin. And so this idea of being a little warmer than your body temperature, so using water that's warm or, quite warm, it is interesting that if your anatomy is in just the right spot, so if you're irrigating yourself back a little bit or forward a little bit, if your head is tilted or in a certain location and you happen to be using really cold water or warm water, you do run the risk of getting dizzy, especially if you have that water and you're irrigating your ear canal and you're in there for 20, 30 seconds to 60 seconds, a minute. If you're irrigating with warm water like that and you've had water in your ear canal for a time, it does change the way your inner ear moves and the way your inner ear reacts. And so anytime you put warm anything in your ear and it's there for a while and your head is in a certain position, it does trigger a response that makes you feel like you're moving even though you know you're not moving. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, the goal with any of these type of things is keep it as close to your body temperature as possible. This one even says you want it about 98 degrees, so you want it right about body temperature, because just like we said, if it's above body temperature or too far below body temperature, it will make you dizzy.
Let's give you an idea of what that is. So lukewarm, is going to be about body temperature. So if you were just cooler than lukewarm or just right around lukewarm, but don't go warmer than lukewarm to the touch. So just anything that's just a little less than lukewarm is probably where you want to be. If you're lukewarm and warmer, it's probably where you don't want to be.
You will make yourself dizzy. That temperature will transfer through your eardrum into the inner ear. It will cause the fluids that fill your semicircular canals to either heat or cool, which will then cause them to start to move. It's like a convection current. Once those fluids in your inner ear start moving, you will feel vertigo. You will feel like you're spinning, and until everything settles back down to body temperature, you'll continue to be dizzy.
And the safest way is to be upright. So if you want to avoid this as much as possible, be upright, have someone help you, keep your head upright. Once you start to recline or go way forward, or maybe you go way on your side, it's a no-go.
So the temperature of the water is important, and it does give you a warning. It says, please use warm water, space, exclamation point. That seems to be their
I like
go-to.
it.
And then there's even an exclamation point over here.
Yeah, it's trying to get your attention. Maybe we ought to pay attention
I like
to that.
that.
So.
Okay, so there we go. We've got it set up here.
Yeah.
We've got also
Got some power.
a charging cable. So this looks like it must have some sort of lithium-ion battery in it. I see a little port where we would plug it in, and of course we haven't charged it. I would assume it's not charged. Should we? Yeah, I don't think anything happens when I push it. We've got to charge it up before the initial use. What else do we have here?
Okay, we got some tips, and we've got the shield.
Oh, the
I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do that. Oh, look at this. We have some lights, maybe LED lights. So we're going to get a good visual. Fun. Yeah.
I'm just dumping out some of these tips, just seeing what we've got here. It looks like just two different types is what I'm seeing. There's a longer tip and a shorter, brighter blue tip.
Right. Oh, just pop that on.
Snaps right on.
So there's some little grommets that you just have to clear, and it snaps on.
What do you think about that guy?
I did not read the instructions. That was really dumb. I could have just ruined the whole thing right there.
Ear cleaner might have been out of business.
Why do I hear my wife in my head right now? Something about reading instructions.
Read the instructions. Helpful tips.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Okay.
This device is not waterproof. Tip number 1, don't clean it. We heard that one.
We've heard that
Again,
one.
don't use upside down, number 2. Tip number 2.
I can't say it enough, really. So look at this. Look at this thing.
Does it kind of make you wonder what would happen if you used it upside down?
Well, look. The water.
It just wouldn't work.
You're Ryan, please don't.
I won't.
Please don't.
I won't. No.
Okay, so pretty easy. You power it up, and then from there you have different levels. You can go to 1, 2, 3, or 4, and it does look like 1 is the most easygoing,
gentle,
a little more gentle, and then 4 is more aggressive.
You know, tip number 3 is an important one too. You know, I guess it's more important not to wash it or to use it upside down, but tip number 3 says don't use it if you have an ear infection, a hole in your eardrum, or any kind of blood or discharge from your ear. That's another important point. Anytime you've got an active ear infection, or if you potentially have a hole in your eardrum, you don't want to be shooting any water or anything into the ear canal.
So if you've had any kind of precursor feelings like I'm in pain, and you wonder, is it just wax though? Probably don't use water and don't use equipment like this, because if you have pain and you're uncomfortable, there is a chance that yes, you may have wax, but you also may have an ear infection. You may also have a recently ruptured eardrum and things like that. And so the last thing you want to do is be trying to push wax out of your ear, but instead you're pushing infection and things deeper into the middle ear space, down into the eustachian tube, and it becomes a bigger issue then. So if you're super uncomfortable in your ear, that's probably a really good reason not to. And of course, if you've ever been diagnosed with, yes, you do have a hole in your eardrum, using water irrigation as a safe water cleaning tool and manner of taking wax out, I don't think that's for you. So definitely not for you.
I agree. It even says on here, it's normal to feel pressure but not pain. Stop using the product immediately if you feel pain. That's probably good advice.
Yeah. Ooh.
That hurts.
Yep,
Let's stop.
I know.
And guess what? Guess what I learned by reading the instructions? You know how you were talking about those 4 modes? 1, 2, 3, and 4? They're not what we maybe thought.
Okay.
Number 1 is normal mode. So number 1 should probably be the one you go to. But number 2 is soft mode.
Oh.
So 2 is softer than 1.
Descending.
Because 1 is well, not descending, because number 3 is pulse mode.
Oh.
So 3 apparently were given pulses.
I like that
little
too.
Squirts.
Yeah, little
and then
squirties.
4 is strong mode. So by the time you get to 4, I don't know. I think
I'm really glad you read those instructions, by the way.
Thank you. I think We ought to do another video where we demonstrate some of this on
each other.
We haven't charged it. We're just taking it out of the package. Yeah, on each other. Or maybe we could recruit
I do
somebody.
like the shield because how often do we irrigate ears here in the office, and you give a good push with that bulb syringe, and boy, things definitely come back at you. So having this little shield's good.
It's a little shield though. I have to say, I don't know how much power this generates even in strong mode.
Even on pulse mode.
But I just have visions of this exceeding the shield's diameter and,
I don't know.
giving some blowback.
I do like that there's different tips. They're all pretty hard. They bend a little bit. In general, they're not soft, right? And they just kind of come in and out. They're pretty easy.
Kind of screw in a little bit.
Yep, different reasons why you might want to try. There's some that have more perforation, some that have no perforation, so it'd be just a little bit easier going. Some that have small diameters, some that are bigger. So,
wouldn't you think if we were doing this on each other, which we want to do, wouldn't you think we'd need something to catch the water as it's coming back out?
Get that big cereal bowl.
Yeah, it doesn't come with a basin, but you're going to want a bowl. You're going to want some kind of basin, and
you can buy a kidney basin. They're super cheap. Those plastic kind that are kind of a pink color, but cold cereal bowl, any of those things will catch it.
And I'm trying to envision this happening. I don't know that this would be effective doing it all by yourself. So if you were trying to do this, maybe.
Yeah, in the mirror, maybe you could, but if you had someone else.
It's a good mode,
Yeah.
But I'm also envisioning it kind of running out. It could be getting a little messy. I don't know if you want to wear some kind of little cape or do it in the shower or something.
Oh, but never upside down. And don't get wet.
Good point.
Yeah.
Don't get it wet. Don't take it in the shower.
Yeah, I was just thinking your shower. You read the instructions, but you've got to remember the exclamation.
Why did I immediately go do this in the shower with doing a handstand upside down in the shower? No.
The exclamation mark was there.
Yes. Well, there was the space. Yeah. I got confused. Okay.
So anyways, this is going to look kind of like this.
But I do think sometimes it might be useful to have someone helping you, spotting you. You know what? My first impression on this one was this one might actually help. This one might actually work. And the reason is sometimes we recommend for people that they use hydrogen peroxide and water mixed together, equal parts. You want to keep it about room temperature, or about body temperature, I should say. Not room temperature, that's too cold. But if you keep it nice and warm, body temperature, we recommend to people, let that soak in your ear for a bit. Use a little bulb syringe like you'd use on a baby's nose. That bulb syringe cannot generate enough force to damage an eardrum. Even if you're giving it a pretty good squirt, that's a pretty safe thing to do. Again, I would assume that kind of on the low mode with this, it's not going to generate enough force to cause too many problems. And that liquid, that water, that warm water in there might be able to break up and move out the wax. This is one that we'll have to play with a little bit, but again, my first impression is this one might actually help.
Right. Another quick tip besides, Dr. Whitaker was talking about preconditioning your ear canals. So if you think you're compacted or you're feeling uncomfortable, but it's not painful, maybe your doctor's already looked in your ear and has already told you do have significant amount of earwax. What you can do is you can use an agent like peroxide and water, or you may go to the supermarket and purchase Debrox or one of those wax softener agents. There's different types. When you pre-treat your wax, what it does is it takes it from that thick, hard type condition, and it really does soften it. It really does break it down so that irrigating with tools like this or even a simple bulb syringe really can be quite effective.
And pretty safe.
And then the last thing is do not use irrigation at all. Like we said, if you think you've had an ear infection, if you have pain in your ear, these are times where you just shouldn't use water at all. And so added moisture to, say, swimmer's ear would not be a good thing, for example.
And what if you're not sure? I don't know if I have a hole in my eardrum. I don't know, but I have a little bit of pain. I'd say better safe than sorry. If you're not sure, but you're suspicious there could be an infection or a hole, just don't do these things.
That's right. Seek out medical help. Have someone look in your ear. Let them give you a really good, clean bill of health, like you're healthy, everything looks great. So it's good. And then frequent use. The frequency of how often should I be cleaning my ears is a good question. Most patients who have a wax problem, which means they know every month they need to clean their ear, probably every other week, so twice a month, you could probably irrigate your ear with something like this, would be fine. I don't know if you need to do it every single week, you know what I mean? There's very few people that have wax like that. And then mostly having an ear cleaning and having an experience like this, if you know you're building up wax, again, doctors can help you understand how frequently you should be cleaning your ear just by how often they see you. And that might give you an idea of, oh, I'm a every 3-month person, or I'm an every 6 month, or maybe just once a year. So
it really does vary,
yep.
And you kind of have to get a feel for what's right for you.
Why do I want to feel this so badly? I want to feel normal. I want to feel pulse. I want to feel.
We're gonna have to play with it. And I look in that box. Is there a basin? I'm looking in here, and it says. Is it just this? Oh my goodness!
Oh my
I tucked it aside.
It came with a basin.
Yeah. Good job,
so
guys.
It turns out the
folks at Ear Cleaner.
Ear Cleaner. This is a good one.
You don't need a cereal bowl. You've got a basin.
Yep. And I like their basin.
It's a nice
basin.
basin.
Has a little indentation for your, your lobule to just kind of hang in there.
Ergonomic. It even said it was an ergonomic design. There you go. And maybe you could do this all by yourself. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Not bad.
How does this feel in there? Let's just take a look here. So
tell you.
Notice what I'm doing. I'm taking the top of this helix here and I'm stretching it. That allows that ear canal to straighten out just a little more. And I'm just there. Right. That's where I'd put it. Yeah, just right in the opening. Do you want to jam it in there?
Do I want to? No.
Should you?
You shouldn't, and I don't want to. No,
Trick question. Yeah. No way.
Really gentle, just right in the ear. Don't go very deep.
You don't have to go deep. That's the key. You think you want to go deep. That's your inclination. I want to go deep because I want to get it. But you don't need to go deep. You just put it right in, not in the opening of the conchable here, but look, you see the ear canal. Just park it right inside.
Okay. We've kind of liked this one. We've got one more though.
Yeah.
Should we check out this last one?
Okay.
Because this last one, it's similar to this one. It's got some similarities.
We're gonna just take some of these guys.
I don't know that it has the nice microfiber cloth.
Ooh, you think you're drying your ear with that?
Probably, yeah, all the mess. maybe rest it on your shoulder.
Yep.
Okay.
I think they've thought of everything, including the exclamation marks. Okay, everybody, we so appreciate you watching the video today. If you've liked what you've seen, please like it, subscribe to our channel. It means the world to us, but it also means the world to other people who are trying to figure out what's going on with their hearing health. So thank you for watching.